Hi internet people. So this episode of Preacher had possibly the creepiest scene ever to exist in Preacher history, which I feel is saying a lot. Or maybe points to what I think is creepy and is a judgment on me. I'm not really sure, but super creepy scene. So this week, oh, of course there's something in my eye. There was a split between Hell and Earth again. So we were seeing Eugene in Hell, and they're still trying to figure out who's not supposed to be there. So they haven't narrowed it down, but they're monitoring everyone's behavior, and if you do anything nice and you get caught, you get thrown into the hole, which has this extrapolator in it, and it makes your hell even worse. So the whole setup was, I'm actually going to do Hell first because I feel like I can concisely get all that, and then we'll go to Earth. We'll go from the bottom up. There you go. But Eugene is like secretly trying to be very, very bad, but he still does the occasional nice thing. So like he's been working out hardcore. He has a Tracy tattoo. But they like tie up the caveman to the TV, which threw me off because I don't know if like the TVs in Hell are special and they can actually burn your skin, or if being tied to a TV would burn your skin. Does anyone know? Does that a thing? Can the Mythbusters get together and test that for me? I don't know. But they like tie him up and he turns down the volume or possibly the heat setting. I don't know how TVs work in Hell. And Hitler notices. Hitler's like keeping a very close eye on Eugene, and I don't like it. But one of the other inmates? I want to call them inmates because it looks like prison. Does something nice. He like picks up a cap to give it back to the like head Hell person, and he gets thrown the extrapolator thing, and then Eugene helps a nun. The nun trips, and he helps get her up, and then Hitler pointedly like looks at the camera and is like, "That was very nice of you, Eugene." And then they throw Eugene in the extrapolator, and then he sees Hell, or a new hellscape, where instead of what actually happened with him and Tracy, it's creepy. Okay, so yeah, everything looks the same initially, and then Eugene and Tracy fall in love, or like reveal that they are in love, and then you hear someone in the bathroom, and Tracy's like, "I've already promised myself to someone else, to God." And God is Jesse. And it gets super awkward. I was not feeling it. I was so like, ugh. Jesse starts like hitting on Tracy, and then they like start kissing, and Eugene just wants it to stop, and I also just wanted it to stop. And then Tracy is totally giving Jesse a hand job, and I was like, please God, no. Like, I don't need this. You don't see anything, but still, I was like, I don't need this. There's a really funny cum pun though, so I will give them that, even though I was super weirded out. And then Eugene has the gun and he's about to shoot, and then he gets pulled out of the extrapolator, and then he's back in their like big bunk area, and Hitler says that he's going to help him get out of Hell, which I think just means Hitler wants to get out of Hell, but Hitler needs to stay in Hell because Hitler. But I don't know what's gonna happen to Eugene. I don't know. I can't quite figure out how this is gonna work because he's trying to stay under the radar, but it's not working. Back on Earth, everyone is dealing with their own sort of independent stuff. Cassidy is trying to come to terms with what's happening with Dennis. So the episode actually starts with us seeing Cassidy meeting baby Dennis at the hospital, and he says he's going to be a good father, and he sings this really sweet sounding song about a whore to baby Dennis, and it is really cute. But then we see that Dennis is really sick. Doctor has been called in, and basically Dennis is going to die. Like, there's nothing they can do. So Cassidy's like trying to figure out if he should turn him or not. He like doesn't want to. He keeps telling Dennis no. But then he talks to Tulip about it, and he was like, "Would you want to be like me?" And then they have this huge discussion where like she says, "Yeah, sure, like you'd be immortal, and like you can grow your parts back, like your fingers grew back. That was cool." And then he talks about how everyone you love dies, you're all alone, you're constantly bored, and then the drugs don't even work, which is the like main thing in the middle. So she's like, "Oh no, no, like that sounds terrible." So he's like coming to terms with that. He actually talks to Jesse about it like vaguely. I think he actually wants Jesse to like command Dennis to die, which Jesse is like, no, I can't, I don't think it works like that. Jesse, while all of this is going on, is off trying to get the footage of the actor guy magnified so he can see who's on the serial number on the gun, and who it connects to. And then Tulip randomly buys a fridge because she goes with him. I don't know why she decides they need a new fridge. I don't know. But she buys this new fridge, and then she's doing like maintenance on the apartment because she still can't sleep. She wants to do stuff. She can't figure out what to do because she's still having nightmares. So she decides to like start filling the bullet holes in the apartment complex, which leads her to go like door by door by door. Even though I guess everything's an active crime scene still. I didn't even think about that until this episode. But she's like filling all the holes. And while she's doing that, Jesse is still like, he stays at the place because there's like, what are they called? The disc dorks? The disc dudes? Dork dudes? I can't remember. I know it was funny. But they're like working on stuff, and then they're like, we got it! And there's no serial number on the gun, which they thought was a positive because they thought Jesse killed that guy. And they were like, wait, no, is that good? That's good news, right? And he's like, no. But then they can't really find anything on it. Jesse thinks there's a face. It turns out it's a coffee pot. Being mistaken for a coffee pot seems like something that would happen to me, like, casually. I don't know why. Like, I feel like someone would take a picture and years later they'd be like, wait, is it a woman or a coffee pot? I don't know why I thought that. I don't know. But it turns out it's not a person. Jesse gets super pissed, asks if the guys have gotten, like, this totally, like, I am just irritated at life situation. They wind up shredding the disc, and there was a clue on the physical disc that said Grail Industries. And there's been a Grail Industries, like, commercial happening because we know the Grail exists, and the Grail is after Jesse. The Grail is actually living in the final little apartment in this, like, row of apartments, and they're just chilling out, monitoring them, and then Tulip goes to the door, and they have to cover up the fact they've been there, so the one woman goes back into disguise and pretends to be, like, in hiding from her ex. And she and Tulip are like starting to bond, kind of, although they bond over Booberry, which is totally a lie because the guy likes Booberry and the woman she's talking to hates Booberry. I will admit, I've never had Booberry. I don't like marshmallows, and there are marshmallows in Booberry, and I'm not gonna do it. I cannot do it. Even though it's like a Halloween themed cereal, and you think I would love it. But Tulip's like filling the holes. She fills all the holes. I think she's trying to deal with whatever is going on. They wind up talking about putting on bulletproof vests and getting shot, because she still wants to do that. So I don't know what is going on with Tulip since the same killers touched her neck. I don't know. It's like everyone is dealing with a bunch of stuff. The end of the episode, Cassidy is singing to Dennis, and I don't know if that means he's turning Dennis. He was on the phone with a guy named Seamus, and Seamus was like, no, don't. So I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'm trying to come to terms with the difference in, like, vampire things in the show. Yes, I did just go, Don't know. That's like the Harry Potter spider thing. But I don't know, because I didn't think vampires could typically have kids, but these vampires can. So I don't know what happens if you turn a person. Like, I honestly don't know. I don't know how they're working vampires for the show. And I'm obsessed with vampire things, so I have a lot of guesses, but I don't know. Anyway, this episode had a lot of, like, info stuff, so we're still, like, working through some things. We know more than the characters, which is interesting. We also know why 2 of the people are in hell now, because I've been guessing. I hardcore think Bonnie from Bonnie and Clyde is there. I was wrong about the housewife. I thought she, like, poisoned her husband. Like, that was my thought, like, she was a poisoner. But she totally said she burned her children alive, which is really creepy. And then Frat Boy was awful. I knew it was going to be drugs, sex, booze related, so I'm not surprised. Like, that made sense. I want to know why everyone else is there. I feel like the caveman murdered someone. Like, I just keep assuming he killed someone. I don't know about everybody else, except Bonnie. I'm insisting that Bonnie is there from Bonnie and Clyde. I'm just gonna keep saying it. And then, I mean, Hitler. We know why Hitler's there. And Eugene, oddly enough. Anyway, this episode was interesting. I'm curious to see if Eugene makes it out of hell or not. Anyway, let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below or on Twitter. I'm at Kleffnotes. You can find me on my blog, kleffnotes.wordpress.com, or for the Nerdy Girl Express, thenerdygirlexpress.com, and on their Snapchat, the Nerdy Girl EXP. Bye, Internet people.